Come on in and stay a while. Hello, Carson Meredith here with you. It is Sunday night, December 15th, 10 days away from Christmas. Hope you're well. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope you enjoyed that bonus sunshine today. Some of you got a lot of sunshine, others not so much. Sorry if you got left out, but a lucky few saw a decent bit of sun this afternoon. So I will admit I was not right about that. I thought it'd be cloudy all day, but that's okay. I don't think too many people complain about the sunshine, especially given that we've got a lot of rain on the way again for Monday. We're going to walk through all the components of that Monday forecast. Let's say right out of the gate, there's no alert day in place on Monday, and we'll explain why here over the next few minutes. But we'll talk about Monday's rain. We'll talk about Wednesday's rain. And yes, there's that chance for a few flurries by the end of the week. We'll talk about that. And I'll give you our first official forecast for Christmas Day. All coming up here over the next few minutes. Carrie's happy that we had some sunshine today. Tracy says warmer kind of day on Salem. Yeah, some of you got close to 60 today. Very mild December day. Angela says hello. Nancy says hello. DJ King, watch it up in North Vernon. All right, let's go, shall we? We'll get you outside to Paristown. That ice rink is still packed here at 7:06 on a Sunday night. I guess it's still a school night. I would imagine we got another week before winter break rolls in. Turned out to be a decent day for most of us after that damp start, right? It's still mild out there. Our current temperature here in Louisville is 53 degrees. So we had some clearing skies today, especially if you're along and north of the Ohio River. Further to the south, you didn't see quite as much sunshine, if any at all. But all of us will see clouds filter back in tonight. And because of that, our temperatures really won't drop much tonight. Maybe a couple degrees. I got our forecast low of 52 here in the city. It might wind up being more like 50 or 51. But regardless, as those clouds continue to filter in again, that'll keep our temperatures on the mild side once more overnight tonight. So we're quiet this evening. If you're heading out, maybe getting some dinner, getting some carry-out or something, you're fine. However, rain does move back in tonight. And that, of course, is our next big weather maker. A messy Monday. That's what you saw on our notification on the Wave News and Wave Weather app, because we've got a little 1-2 punch to talk about tomorrow. One, obviously, is the rain, but two will be the wind. Could be kind of a, I don't want to say driving rain, but it's just going to be a nasty day tomorrow. We got lucky today. Tomorrow, not so much. So let's dive into where we are now and where things are going over the next 24 hours, okay? You basically got a stalled boundary right along the Ohio River tonight. You see it right there pop up. That is going to slowly lift north and east overnight tonight as some warmer air continues to stream in from the south and west. At the same time, see this slug of rain down near Memphis and Tupelo and Oxford, Mississippi? That will also be moving north and east with that warmer air and will be the source of a good chunk of our rain chances tomorrow. It's going to be one of those days tomorrow where we have waves of rain rolling through. I was hopeful that we could get a little break in the rain at some point during the day tomorrow, and that chance is still there. It's just not a clear-cut break of dry weather, it appears. So somebody in wave country is going to be seeing rain at some point all day tomorrow. Just kind of that washout look, it appears. Let's go through those rain chances in a little more detail. I got it started here at 6 a.m. in the morning, and it is 100%. It is a guarantee there will be rain as you're heading to work and heading to school tomorrow morning. So plan right now on an extra 15 minutes getting to wherever you need to be in the morning, because there will be wet roads, and a lot of us, if not all of us, will see a steady rain once again. What we have to watch for this go-round, however, will be those heavier downpours in the mix, okay? We didn't really have that last night. It was just a lighter, steady rain, which we can all deal with. We may not like it, but, you know, lighter rain isn't as bad. When you get these heavier downpours in the mix, that's going to cause the ponding on roadways. And it's just hard to nail down in this kind of a setup where the heavy rainfall is going to set up, because it's not going to be everywhere. And for that reason, we're holding off on the alert day for now. But it's going to be one of those deals where if Tawana is looking at things tomorrow morning on sunrise and she sees we're going to have some heavy rain moving in during the morning rush hour, we're going to have to give you guys an extra heads up. It's just one of those wait and see kind of deals when it comes to heavy rain tomorrow. Highest rain chances obviously earlier in the day. And then we will have a cold front push through tomorrow afternoon. That'll bring kind of a second round of rain. And then tomorrow evening, by this time, hopefully, we start to see those shower chances fade away. All right. Bev enjoyed the nice day. Yeah, it was gorgeous, wasn't it? Turned out to be. Joseph says, any severe cold coming? I wouldn't say severe cold, but it is going to get cold by the end of this week. Shonda says hello from Jeffersonville, a little late to the party. That's fine, Shonda. Come on in. Come on in. We got a lot to talk about tonight. Here's Futurecast. The timing of this, I had to make it a very large time frame for rain tomorrow. 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. because, again, there's no clear-cut break in rain versus dry time tomorrow. It's just going to be these waves of on again, off again stuff all day. So this is 5:30 tomorrow morning, okay? You can already see a few scattered showers out there. According to this model, this is the HRRR model, high resolution rapid refresh. And off to the west, you see much more widespread rain with a few pockets of heavier rain. This is what I'm most concerned about tomorrow morning. Look at all that yellow and orange, and even a little red. If this holds, and we do indeed see these heavier downpours during the morning rush, there's going to be ponding on the roads. Am I worried about flash flooding? No. It would just be ponding on the roadways. That's it. But that can obviously still cause issues. I'm cautious with using the HRRR and these heavier rates that you see, these yellows and oranges, because sometimes the HRRR can run a little hot with rainfall rates. Sometimes it says, oh my gosh, it's going to be a deluge, when in reality, it's just steady, light to moderate rain. So tread with caution, but this is kind of a worst case scenario, I guess, of what we could see in the morning. So that's 8:30. And you notice there's just no longer, at least here in Louisville, a distinct break where we get 1 to 2 hours of dry time. If you're looking at this particular model, there are some models that do suggest a little bit of a break around lunchtime. But I really think we're just going to have these on again, off again waves of rain all day long tomorrow. So this is 1:30 in the afternoon. As we keep going, you see that early day rain continues to push to the south and east. But at the same time, look off to the north and west. Right there. That is a narrow line of more heavy downpours potentially right along the cold front. Now, we got to watch this for not only the heavy rain during the evening rush hour, but also wind. If we do get a little break in the rain tomorrow, which again, I'm not seeing that at the moment, but I'm never going to rule it out, there's the chance we could have some gusty downpours in the mix with this backside of the system tomorrow afternoon and evening. That will zip east and southeast. 7 o'clock in the evening here in Louisville, most of the rain is done. So around this time tomorrow night, we're done with the rain here in the city in all likelihood. And that front will keep on pushing east through the evening. Here's an updated rainfall forecast from the HRRR model, the HRRR. Solid 1 to 2 inches of rain yet again. So we saw a ½ inch of rain last night and this morning. We're going to tack on another 1 to 2 inches of rain across the board tomorrow. So thankfully, the grounds can still take in this water pretty well. Even though we're not in a drought, it can still hold a lot of the water, which is good. That's why there's not a huge flooding risk. But again, ponding on the roads is going to be our main focal point for impacts with this big weather maker that rolls in on Monday. Second Monday in a row we've had rain. That's no fun. But that's where we stand with the rain side of things. Nicole asks on Facebook, what about the wind? That is a good question, Nicole. Let's talk about the wind. We mentioned that warmer air getting pumped into the region tonight, pushing that warm front to our north. With it will also come very strong wind gusts potentially. We'll start things off tomorrow morning with those gusts around 20, 25 miles an hour. And those gusts peak as that cold front gets closer to us tomorrow afternoon. We might see those gusts upwards of 30, maybe 35 miles an hour. That's not a wind advisory. Wind advisory is 40 miles per hour. I had to remember that for a second. But this is enough wind to blow around your inflatables, your holiday decorations. So if you got a snowman, an inflatable snowman, if you've got an inflatable Rudolph, an inflatable Santa, make sure they are anchored down tomorrow, because this is the kind of wind that can send those inflatables flying across the yard and out into the street throughout the day. I don't think this is enough to cause any power outages or tree damage or anything like that, but it's just going to be a nasty, damp, blustery day on Monday. Carrie says, would you call this more of a flowing rain as opposed to a soaking rain? I'd still say it's going to be a pretty good soaking, to be honest with you, Carrie. 1 to 2 inches of rain is a lot. It just may not fall all at once. There might be sometimes the rain gets a little heavier, then gets a little lighter, kind of a wavy pattern with it, if you will. All right. So that's the story with the rain and the wind for tomorrow. If you got any questions about it, just holler in the comments wherever you're watching us. But we've got plenty more to talk about. Let's turn to Wednesday. Wednesday, another little disturbance scoots through. With it, you guessed it, rain. This is the European model we're looking at tonight. I am very confident this will all be liquid on Wednesday. Good old-fashioned rain. And this system has sped up quite a bit, looking at all the models throughout the weekend. There was some initial thought that the moisture might hold on long enough to where we could see a transition to snowflakes Wednesday night and Thursday. That no longer appears to be the case. You notice this is noon on Wednesday, and that rain moves out pretty quickly. However, there's always a but, right? As that colder air moves in, we're still going to be in a good clipper kind of pattern. And a lot of models have been keying in on this particular clipper up in northern Indiana, primarily. We'll just say the Great Lakes. That will scoot through on Friday of this week, Friday the 20th. At this point, it looks like any accumulation risk would stay to our north and east in this particular zone. But we could still get enough moisture down here for at least flurries and maybe a few lighter snow showers. This is on Friday in particular. I don't see much in the way of accumulations at this point. I don't see much in the way of travel impacts. I will say, however, Hoosier fans, Adam, are you here tonight? If you're going to the Notre Dame game, if you're going to the playoff game Friday night up in South Bend, there could be some snow up there. Looks like some of the snow might still be falling during the game with a few flurries, but my main concern would be for those of you traveling to South Bend for that game. Their roads could be a little tricky as you get closer to Notre Dame. This is for Friday. We go into Friday night. The European model still keeps enough moisture around in this kind of northwest flow to where we may have some additional flurries into the day on Saturday. Small chance. I think we're more focused on Friday for any flurry chances, but we'll watch Saturday as well in the days to come. So yeah, it's going to get cold again with that small snow chance. So like I mentioned, the greater accumulation risk is up towards the Great Lakes to our north, near Notre Dame, Fort Wayne, maybe as far south as Indy, and into Ohio as well. So again, no major accumulations expected at this stage of the game. No major impacts really either. But there might be a few flurries flying around by the end of the week. Hopefully that all makes sense. Type 321 if you're good with all that info. Everybody's quiet tonight. Everybody just tired? Need y'all to talk a little bit, right? Anyway. Okay. So we talked about the snow. Small snow chance. Small. The bigger story will be the cold this weekend. Winter officially starts on Saturday. Saturday morning, I think, sometime during the 4 a.m. hour. And it's going to feel like it. Our forecast high on Saturday is 37 degrees. I can't remember who was asking if we're looking at extreme cold. Not necessarily, but it's going to be cold as we get towards this upcoming weekend. I will say the models are trying to nudge those temperatures up a little bit, maybe into the upper 30s, close to 40. I'm not ready to say that just yet. I do think this cold pattern is going to lock in, at least for next weekend, and we'll see those high temperatures in the 30s, not only Saturday, but also next Sunday. Which leads to the million-dollar question that I think a lot of you have in the back of your minds. Will this cold air stick around for Christmas? All right. Christmas Day is now in our 10-day forecast. There is still a lot of time to get through all those details, to nail down all those specifics. But at this stage of the game, it looks like we will warm up heading towards Christmas. There is a system that is still on our map during Christmas week. But right now, based on the trends, if it does move through, it would be rain. So as Santa is making his journey Christmas Eve night, he might be flying through some rain in wave country. Again, guys, we're 9 or 10 days away. So there will be plenty of changes to come, but the early indication is we will warm things up as we head towards Christmas. And we could see some rain in the mix on either Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, or both. It might be one of those deals where the rain moves in Christmas Eve night and sticks around into Christmas morning. That's kind of what I'm seeing at the moment. That's what you see here on the graphic on Futurecast. But we got a long way to go. Long way to go. A lot can still change, so stay tuned. But for the time being, we're going to go with a high of 50 on Christmas Day, with a chance for rain showers for the holiday. Sorry, snow lovers, not to burst your bubble, but it doesn't look like a white Christmas is in the cards for us this year. Maybe one day we'll have one again. All right, here comes the 10-day, the entire 10-day. We just got to really get through tomorrow and Wednesday. The rain and wind tomorrow, the rain on Wednesday. We'll watch that Clipper Friday into Saturday for a couple of flurries. Again, I think the greater concern is north and east of us, up in Indiana and Ohio. But this week looks, we'll steady things out a little bit once we get past tomorrow and Wednesday. And we'll keep a close eye, of course, on that Christmas Eve, Christmas Day rain chance potential. So 50s and 60s now through Wednesday. Even with the rain tomorrow, it's going to be in the low 60s with all that warm air getting pumped in, right? We'll check back into the 50s on Tuesday. We'll stay in the 50s Wednesday. And then as that Wednesday system moves out, that colder air rushes in behind it, and we'll see those high temperatures fall back into the 30s and 40s as we head towards the end of the work week and next weekend. All right? What questions do we have? Let's see here. Oh, good. Lots of 3-2-1s. Good. All right. Good deal. Ann says, I was hoping this would be a 1978 repeat winter. Well, it's still early in the game. It's still early in the game. Long way to go. But at least for Christmas, it looks like it's going to be a warmer one. Not record warm, not 70s. Nothing like that. But 40s to near 50 is a good bet. Shonda's glad it will not be a bitterly cold Christmas. Yeah, again, 10 days away, but I don't really see a huge, bitter, cold blast into the holiday. We'll have highs in the 30s next weekend, but that's about it at this point. Carrie's excited for spring, I bet. Hey, there's Adam. Just got the notification just now 2 minutes ago. That's not good. Adam, let me know if you got the notification on the weather app, because I got mine fine, but let me know if it was on the weather app and I'll take a look, make sure everything's okay. Shonda says, when you all made your snow guesses, did you research it first or did you just throw out a date? I cannot speak for everybody. I can tell you that I just kind of made an educated guess based on what's happened the last couple of winters around here. I just took an educated guess. So, yeah. But I'm not sure what everybody else did. I think they all have their own different methods. Good question. Gary asked, roughly when do you expect the rain to begin on Wednesday? It's looking like earlier in the day, Gary. Wednesday morning in particular is when the rain chances are at their highest right now. Because, again, this system has sped up quite a bit. So I think the rain will start Wednesday morning. I really can't get more specific than that at this point. But Wednesday morning, it'll keep going into the afternoon. We should dry things out a little bit Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday night. Hope that answers your question there. Danny on Twitter or X or whatever Elon calls it today. So no sunshine or 80-degree days with a southwest breeze for a while. No, I'm afraid not. Let's see. Adam says GFS has snow. It does. It does. There's been a lot of flip-flopping, not only with the GFS, but also with the Euro. And I am somebody who just wants to go the middle road until we get much better clarity. And I get that middle road by looking at the ensembles or the blends. And the ensembles and the blends keep things mild around Christmas. And that's kind of how I'm going at this stage of the game, for those of you that might be curious. So 10 days to go, but right now it looks mild. Adam says he trusts me over to the GFS. Thank you, Adam. I appreciate it. It was the weather app that had the notification issue. Okay, that's weird because I got mine the second I hit the button tonight, which is rare. So anyway. And says, so carpool duty at school will be pretty nasty Monday and Wednesday. Tomorrow morning, yes, 100%. It'll be yucky. Wednesday, especially in the morning, yeah, it'll be a mess in all likelihood as well by then. All right, guys, any last second comments, questions, send them in real quick. Maybe another minute or two, and I'm going to wrap this thing up because I don't want to keep rambling. It is Sunday night. It is the NFL season. Y'all know what that means. We got Sunday Night Football on Wave. Good one tonight. Green Bay and Seattle. Really good game. Once that one is done, if you're still up, if you want to go to sleep, I don't totally blame you. But, hey, if you're still up, you can watch us for a late edition of Wave News at 11. I am hopeful we will be on the air around 11:45. I'm hopeful. Somewhere in that ballpark. And, of course, the whole gang will be here this week. Brian will have Snow Talk in the morning. Just be careful in the morning. Extra 15 minutes is a great idea. Heading to work or school. Again, there's no alert day at this point. But if we see these heavier pockets of rainfall and we start to see ponding on the roads and wrecks like crazy, we may put up a short fuse alert day that lasts for 3 or 4 hours. Just to give you guys the extra heads up that says, hey, if you haven't left the house yet, it's really bad on the roads. Really take it slow. But for right now, just take it easy in the morning. Give yourself time, and you'll be fine. Rain tomorrow, dry Tuesday, rain Wednesday, and then it gets cold. That's everything you need to know at this point. A couple quick comments before we wrap things up. Carrie says, what made you want to be a meteorologist? That's a good question. I don't know. I was terrified of storms when I was a kid. Like when I was under 8 years old, 9 years old, I hated them. Scared me to death. Tornado warnings, ooh, did not like them. And I think over time, I just kind of wanted to learn more about them. I watched this station when I was a kid. I watched John Belsky. I watched Tom Wills. Watched Kevin. Watched Be Good. Watched Ryan. Watched all of them. So it's pretty cool that I get to work with a lot of those guys now. But yeah, I think it was Henryville in 2012. I was watching Kevin and Brian and the team that day, and that day I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do. So, yeah, hope that's a good answer there. Carrie, appreciate you asking. Shonda says, thanks. You're welcome. Glad to do it. Glad to do it. Vessi says, thanks. Michelle says, how much schooling did it take? You go to college, get a 4-year bachelor's degree in meteorology. I graduated from WKU. Go Hilltoppers. So they have a phenomenal meteorology program. I highly recommend it. But I'm a little biased. Let's see. Never got your Twisters review. Can I be honest with y'all? It's because I haven't seen it. I've had a lot going on outside of work this year. Not all bad, but I've just been so busy. I literally have just not had the time to watch it. But I will eventually. All right, guys, that's it for now. I don't want to keep on rambling. Appreciate you guys watching as always. Again, we'll be on whenever Sunday Night Football ends tonight, hopefully around 11:30, 11:45. Be careful in the morning. Take it slow. Give yourself some extra time, and you'll be just fine. All right, that's it for now. I will talk to you guys later. Take care.